Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon and welcome back to RuneScape. So we're in the middle of trying to find all these ghostly robes, and after I finished the last episode, I looked over this sequencing chart and I was reading it completely wrong. So I now know that I got this one and I have to go to the lava maze, which actually means that I should probably teleport to Ardoing. There's a lever in the lava maze, or there's a lever that will take you fairly north of the lava maze, but it'll be faster to do that than it will be to go through here. I do have to be careful though, because every so often there are people there, like camping the thing. I don't know how much people actually do like player killing in the wilderness right now. I don't often, like, pay attention to that kind of stuff. I believe it's in this... it's in here, right? No. I thought it was here. Maybe it's in the guardhouse. Maybe it's in that one. I do not remember. It's been a long time since I last used this thing. Yeah, I think it's up here. Is that it? There it is. This is the other wilderness lever. There are a handful of these. I think there's two, now that I think about it. This one will take me to the north. Yep, there we go. And then I can just go through the fence to that lava maze, literally right there. So I should be... Where's the closest entrance? Over there? Alright, looks like I need to go off this direction. I need to be careful of, like, revenants and the chaos creature or whatever. The chaos elemental that's out here somewhere. But aside from that, I should be just fine. I can get through oh, I should have brought some of my keys with me. Because or do I even have any? There's muddy keys. I have to go where the muddy chest is, basically. And I usually collect a bunch of those keys. Oh wait, it's right here. This used to be a different type of fence. This used to be more like a metal fence. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye out for like other players or something. So it's not this one, it's that one over there. I just have to be careful of anybody else showing up. There used to be a rune it ore thing out here. I don't know if it's still here. They may have removed it since they changed the oh crap, I didn't grab my... I'm dumb. Oh wait, I can find a bank dude out here somewhere, right? There's the guys with the packs on their back. I can grab something from one of those. Phasmatite. I wonder if that's the one that they... Oh, there's the Hellfire Bow. I am not taking that. No, thank you. Basically, if you pick up the Hellfire Bow, it's extremely powerful, but other players also know where you are when you're holding it. The game just kind of, like, says, hey, here's where this person is, and I'd rather not have that. I forgot to grab my ring. Ah, here we go. This dude. Bank. Okay, let's grab this and that. There we go. Okay, so the ghost is somewhere over here. Let's not get attacked by any of these things. And the entrance is right here. There we go. /web. So, I'm assuming the ghosty dude is out over here. It's really funny slashing the web with my hammers. Is that mysterious ghost? There it is. Okay. So I was looking in the exact wrong places here in the wilderness. I have to... Yeah, none of this should be... There's the muddy chest. Alright, let's go over here, cut this thing, and then I can talk to that guy, and that should be the most dangerous thing here, because then I have to go to the Gnome Ball Field, the party room, and the Edgeville dungeon. And none of those are particularly dangerous areas. There we go. The hill giants, they're not a problem. Alright, so we should be doing good. I'm glad that there's banks out here now, because there used to not be, and I would have had to go all the way back to find that again. I have to go through this gate. There we go. Hey, buddy. Stone column. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Crap. Is there... Okay, I can climb back out. Okay, good. Talk to mysterious ghost. Hello. So you must be Kareem the Messenger. How do you know my name, stranger? Well now, I had a very interesting chat with Renard the Thief. Seems you redirected his message regarding a certain god weapon for your own ends. So that is what this is about. I should have known that deal was too good to have no repercussions. Seems as though you might be responsible for this curse and has befallen you by not delivering Renard's message to the correct person. That is not a truthful assessment of the story. You might think differently if you heard my side of the events. Tell me your story. Please, let me hear your side of the story then. Well, if you had spoken to Renard, then you know he had somehow managed to obtain a very valuable weapon and was looking for buyers. What he probably didn't tell you is that he met me in a drunken stupor in some smoke-filled tavern, and I offered to arrange a purchaser for this item in exchange for a small finder's fee. So, you knew what the staff was? The god staff of Armadillo? Well, of course I did. Honestly, you would have to be pretty slow-witted to not recognize a legendary artifact such as that. Wait, I don't understand. Renard said that he had a buyer already in mind and that you diverted the message to the General Zamorak instead. There's a word of advice for your adventure. Never trust the words of a drunk. Whatever he might have thought he was doing with it, in the end it all happened was left me to arrange a purchaser for the item. So you thought it would be... you would offer it to General Zamorak? Ah yes, Lord Zamorak. He was merely a mortal back then, you know. Yet, I could see great things in store for him even then. He had a very kind of brilliant ruthlessness. And a special kind of vicious streak you see so rarely. Well, anyway, when given the task of selling a weapon forged by the gods themselves, I naturally thought of Zamorak as a potential buyer. I was a messenger to his employ anyway. I was a messenger in his employ anyway, so it was a mere trifle to find him and deliver the news. I knew of his particular interest in armor and weaponry of all kinds. Yes, he was always quite the connoisseur when it came to weaponry. But I digress. I let Lord Zamorak know there was some drunken fool with an artifact of incredible power that could probably be bought off with just a few jewels and trinkets. And he escorted me to the tavern and made the purchase there and then. It was a satisfactory deal all around. I get my share of the sale price from Renard, and I greatly increased my prestige amongst Zamorak and his followers. But perhaps the events that followed were responsible for my cursed state. Events that followed? I cannot tell you of them precisely, for I was not there to witness them. And after all, I'm simply a messenger. When it happened, I was busy elsewhere delivering a message from Zamorak to the rest of the Majard Ilk. Then it happened. What was it? As I have explained, I was not there, so I do not know what Zamorak did with the staff, but whatever it was resulted in his banishment by the other gods for many years. Oh, someone just picked up the Hellfire bow. Oh, are they coming after me? Oh, crap. Very strange thing that Saradomin must have known about it. Whatever it was, before it even happened. Really? Why do you say that? Well, it was the contents of the message I was returning to Zamorak. Lucian seemed quite certain that there was a spy for Saradomin somewhere amongst his followers named Lenissa. If whatever happened to the staff caused this curse to befall me, then it's certain she too would have been afflicted, because she would have been in the very heart of the action. You have given me much to think about, adventurer. I'd like to reward you with sturdy messenger boots. They may aid you in your travels. There we go. The ghostly boots. Okay, so now I go to the Gnome Ball Field. I cannot teleport from here. Yeah. So I need to get out of this and then find my way back. Hopefully whoever just picked up the Epic 13, whoever that is not coming through this maze after me. Then again, I do have I do have combat armor. If they're using a bow, I'm a little bit prepared for that. Cut this, please. Fine. Kill the hill giant. Slash the whip. Oh, I got some Marintil. I'll take that. And some bones. And that's why I have the herb bag with me. Come on. There we go. Okay, now I just have to get out of the here. I will just run south, I think, to teleport out of here. So I should be just fine. I'm not gonna have to worry about any of these guys. I don't need those coins. There's a full helm over there that I don't need. Alright, I should be fine. Is that still... Oh, is that slashed open? No, it's not. Okay. I don't see a person. Come on. Slash the web. There we go. Alright. Let's now go... I'm just gonna run south to 20. Just to get to where I need to go. We got some Necrite here. And the bank dude, Edmund. So I just need to teleport to the... Oh, the Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves are the easiest thing to get the muddy keys from. Alright. And once I get to 20, I can just hop out of here. So yeah, I thought I had to go here and then maybe to the other one, but I was all wrong. And 23, 22, 21. Will the bear attack me? Yes, it will. Alright. Let's just get out of the bear's range, and then I can teleport to... come on. There we go. I can teleport to the Eagle's Peak. And from there, I can go to the Gnome Ball Field, which should have the next person I'm looking for there. Now that I can read this chart, I don't know why I couldn't read this chart before. I don't know, maybe I was really tired. I record a lot of these episodes in a row. So here's the Gnome Ball Field. It's south of the Gnome Ball Field, which would just be in this area somewhere. Let me check it again. Just south of the Gnome Ball Field. Alright, this is the Gnome Ball Field, and I'm just south of it. I don't see... Okay, let me take it off and put it back on. Oh, there you are. Mysterious ghost. Hello, you would be Lanissa, I take it. Who are you? Where did you hear that name? How comes it you can see and speak to me? Well, a ghost called Kareem directed me towards you. So that weasel Kareem has been blighted by this curse too. Good thing too, if anybody deserved such a fate, it would be one such as him. I guess you didn't get along then. No, evil scum such as he should never have been allowed to walk this world. What lies has he told you to come here? Have you come and try to kill me? Well, I'm not sure I could if I tried. That's not why I've come to you. Then speak and speak well, for I may yet be dead, but am still a danger to those who cross me. Actually, I'm trying to work out why all you invisible ghosts seem to have been cursed. I'm not sure how exactly, but the trail seems to have led me to you. Makes no sense. I searched Sardoman faithfully my entire life, and all of a sudden I find myself reduced to this state. Well, it seems as though that may have been the cause. What? Explain yourself. As I understand it, it was something to do with the Staff of Armadil, you and your refusal to tell Sardoman that it had been stolen. What? What? But how is that happened at all? That is not how it happened at all. Tell me your story. Then please, go ahead and tell me the events of that day in your own words. Let me see. I had been working as a spy for my Lord Sardoman, against the forces of the Empty Lord. The Empty Lord? Who is that? I will not give you his name, for to do so would give him power here. Is that Zeros? Let us say that he was a fearsome deity whose strength was greater than all the gods we knew on this realm at the time. It is probably worth mentioning that at this time we had no knowledge of the mysterious nature god Guthix. So he was stronger than Saradomin. As Saradomin was, yes. As Saradomin is now, who can say? I see. Please continue. As I say, I was working as a spy with the very camp of my lord's enemies. Shush, I can read. I knew it should have been caught, but I risked being killed upon the spot. But my combat skills were always formidable. And truth be told, there was a fair amount of dissent amongst his followers anyway. What do you mean dissent? To not understand this, you must have led a sheltered life. Let me tell you this, evil will always breed more evil, and this will never be satisfied with what it has. The Empty Lord chose to ally himself with the dark creatures of his world, this world, fully aware that their own natures would cause them to rally against his rule and take every opportunity they could to betray him. This has always been the true nature of evil. Perhaps he thought his power could prevent such a treachery. This allowed me freedom amongst their camp, for it was always easy to point the finger at suspicion at some unsuspecting necromancer or foolish Majard if it seemed as though my activities had been discovered. Similarly, I could ever be caught to the act of my sabotage. It was all too easy to bribe whoever found me to persuade them into believing it was just some minor treachery of my own, rather than my work for Lord Saradomin. Okay, well, that makes sense, but I don't understand what the Staff of Armadale had to do with this. As I have told you, the Empty Lord was extremely powerful, but not so powerful he could rule over the other deities of this world without opposition. Should he have made a move against any other god, then he'd still have been easily brought down by the combined efforts of the others. The theft of Armadale's staff changed this, however. If he had taken possession of this god weapon, then his power would have been so great he could have overthrown all in this world and made it in his image. I could not allow such a thing to happen. I immediately went to my comrade Dalek, the mage, and told him that the message would come to the lair offering his weapon for sale. I knew that as soon as my lord Saradomin heard this, he would contact Armadale to inform them of the theft, and the matter could have been resolved quickly and discreetly. So you passed the information to Dalek instead of taking it to Saradomin yourself. To my eternal shame, I indeed failed my lord Saradomin. I could not risk taking the message directly, for I feared my disguise had been uncovered. Lucian particularly had been taking an unhealthy interest in my activities, and I had a gut feeling that any obvious moves against the Empty Lord would have been my undoing. But Dalek was a nobleman. I cannot believe that he would not have taken my message immediately to Lord Saradomin. Seems that he didn't, and I don't know why not. Please, adventurer, discover what foul fate must have befallen him for him to have neglected his duty. I do not have much to offer in this reward, but these spare robes I have wore on assignment. Please find him and discover why I'm cursed like this. There we go, we have the ghostly robe. I believe we only have a few more left. So now I need to go to the party room? The second floor of the Falador party room. Alright. That's pretty easy to get to. Let's go. The Gnome Ball Field. I wonder if people have ever played this in real life. Like how they do with Quidditch and stuff. Alright, let's go to the party room. Which is just down this way. I'm still keeping an eye out for any potential implings that I may find. Just to give me an extra little douse of experience here and there. Every time I look around. Also gives me a little bit of something to do while I'm traveling from place to place. Alright, here's the party room. Upstairs in the party room. Oh, Posty Pete's here. Let's see. Upstairs? Oh, there we are. Mysterious ghost. Hello, Dalek. You see my form. You hear my words. And know my name. Yet your face I recognize not. Be you some mighty sorcerer to bind me so? Well, not really. Well, that is besides the point. It is not I who has trapped you here as a ghost. Then how comes it to be you know my name, stranger? Lenissa told me about you and where to find you. Lenissa? Oh, that poor sweet girl. Has my foolishness cursed her as well as myself? Your foolishness? The story shames me, stranger. I'd rather keep it unto myself. Tell me your story. Look, I don't want to force you into telling me, but perhaps sharing it with someone might relieve your guilt? Aye, perhaps it might at that. So, what has Linissa told you of the events of the day the curse befell me? Well, she told me that she was working as an undercover agent of Saradomin against the followers of some empty lord. And when the news of the theft of a god weapon reached her, she passed the message on to you instead of taking it to Saradomin because she was scared her cover might be blown. Aye, that is a fair account of events. Yeah, but I don't understand why you didn't take her message to Saradomin. Stranger, my foolishness was a result of my respect for Saradomin, not as a result of any attempted treachery. So why didn't you pass on Lanissa's message? As I understand it, something happened with that staff that could have been avoided if you passed her message on. I know not what occurred with the god weapon, but I have my suspicions. Let me explain myself. I was Lanissa's immediate superior and often her contact for missions. Because of this role, I had access to a larger picture of what was happening than she herself did. And I was not only well aware of her presence amongst the enemy camp had been detected, but I was also well aware that there was a growing faction amongst them who were plotting to overthrow their master. Their master being... That I will not tell you. I will not tempt the fates no more than I already have done. But anyway, it come to my attention that the majority who had been liberated from the control of Ictharin did not much appreciate one from slavery to another. The leader under the leadership of the mighty Zamorak were making plans to overthrow their master and take his power for themselves. Now, as powerful, long-lived, and evil as they were still just mortal, and I made a decision that it would benefit my lord Saradomin for his mightiest rival to be distracted by such internal conflicts. So, that's why you decided not to pass the report from Linissa on. Yes, but my guilt is more than simply inaction. I knew that such a weapon, Zamorak, would be capable of launching an attack that could actually stand a chance of success. But I also knew that he would never be able to get a chance to use it in battle, for being a god weapon, his very presence would have sung out to their leader. I'm guessing you did something about that then. Indeed I did. To my eternal shame, I decided that I would assist Zamorak and his henchmen in their battle, by secretly casting a spell of concealment upon the staff, so that they might use it secretly against their master. So Zamorak knew about this. No, nobody except myself, and now you, knew that I cast such a spell. Had I known that had I known what a threat to my lord Saradomin Zamorak would later become, I would have taken the message to Saradomin immediately. Alas, it is all too easy to see your mistakes after you have made them. I'm confused. What exactly happened with the staff anyway, and why have all the various random people been cursed because of it? I cannot answer your question with anything other than my own suppositions. But I do know that one who might be able to, and any man deserved to be cursed for their actions that day, it was he. Who are you speaking of? His name is Vigora. He was an evil man, brutal and vicious, and deadly with a blade. He was one of the few humans Zamorak allowed to rise to the position of power amongst his rebels, possibly because he imitated some qualities of Zamorak. If anyone knows what Zamorak did with that god weapon to have caused this curse to have befallen us, it would have been he, for he have been fighting on Zamorak's very right-hand side in their rebellion. Please, if this curse can be lifted, and find Vigora and find out what he was wrought upon us. I have no wealth nor magic to aid you, but take my hood as a reward. It served me well with these centuries past and may bring you luck. Alright, so we now have all those. One more, I believe? Yeah, Edgeville Dungeon at the south of the Warriors. Let's go there. South of the Earth Warriors. Oh, that must be in the... Is that in the wilderness section of the dungeon? I don't remember their Earth Warriors being... I don't remember Earth Warriors in there. So this section of the dungeon does have or this dungeon, I believe, is the only dungeon in the game that has both sections in and out of the wilderness. So we'll see how that goes. And the Earth Warriors, unless they have extra enemies here in this section, it's got to be out here somewhere. Chaos Druids. Yeah, it's got to be out in there. Those are bandits or thugs. Okay, yeah, it's got to be out this way. Because I don't remember any Earth Warriors being out in over here. Poof. Earth Warriors. Ah, here we go. Mysterious ghost. So, you must be the infamous Vigora. Hold thy tongue, Violet. Speak fast, and how come you to God damn it. Excuse you, skeleton. I'm trying to speak with someone. Alright. So, you must be the infamous Vigora. God damn it. Alright, here we go. How come you to find me here, and how doth you understand mine speech? You want me to hold my tongue and tell you how I found you? Cease thy chatter and respond to my demand. Cease the chatter and respond to your demand? I warn thee, knave, this curse upon me hath not improved my temper these centuries past. Well, it's actually the curse that I've come to speak to you. Oh, be that so? Then forgive my swift anger and speak to me of how you plan to break this curse. I didn't actually mention anything about breaking the curse. Then what lets you dare speak to me? Man, that guy's speech patterns are really hard to read for some reason. Well, I heard your name from a mage called Dalek, and I'm trying to find out what exactly caused the curse to befall him, and as you as well, apparently. Ha! So the weak-willed mage was cursed along with me. Well now, that is an interesting turn of events, that I am to assume that Valdez, Renard, Kareem, and Lanissa were also cursed along with me. How did you know that? The curse cut deeper than I had previously thought. Stranger, this news has brought me a ray of sunshine in otherwise dreary millennia. Please, ask any question you wish. Tell me your story. Thanks, I think. So what exactly happened on this day you were all cursed? I know that Valdez discovered the Staff of Armadil was robbed by Renard, who then sent it to Kareem to tell Zamorak of it. Meanwhile, Lanissa heard of the sale and informed Dalek, who placed an enchantment upon it so that its power would be hidden. I still don't know what happened with the staff to cause this curse, or what you had to do with it, though. Well, stranger, rest yourself a while, and I will recount a tale of the events of that day. For I was one of the few who were actually there when it happened. When what happened? When my lord Zamorak got his first taste of godhood. Wow. Sounds like quite the dinner party anecdote. You can take this snide of venom out of your voice, whelp. You came to me. 'Twas not the other way around. Okay, please continue. Well now, let us see. As you may have heard tell, my affiliation lay with General Zamorak, a mighty warrior of the Majoret tribe, and my skill on the battlefield had quickly brought me to his attention. So pleased was he with my bloodlust that he promoted me on the battlefield once to serve his honor guard. And let me tell you, there was a rare honor indeed, for I was the only human chosen to take such a position. Really? Oh yes. The Dragon Riders, Majoret, Demons, and Vampire Warriors, I made up the bulk of the force. But I wager I was their equal in all ways of combat. To would think when someone like Lucian struggling to lift a blade, in some ways I was even their better. Please continue. Well, anyway, myself and the rest of Zamorak's honor guard were formulating stratagems in our battle tent, when that sneaky messenger Kareem came in offering to sell us the God Staff of Armadil. Naturally, we suspected this was some kind of trick by our lord to test our loyalty. Yeah, who was your lord? Everyone had been very evasive about that. Quiet, fool, you are all things in their course. You are disrupting my train of thought. Sorry. Well, anyway, we thought it was too good to be true. When we visited this scummy tavern, we were amazed to discover there was no trick. Oh, god damn it. Excuse me, skeleton, I'm trying to read a story here. Oh my god, I have to go through all that again. Alright, let's get this. Be that so, breaking the curse, dare to speak to me, blah blah blah, weak skilled mage. How did you know that? Previously thought. Question, tell me your story. Let's get to the part where the day where it happened, when what happened, taste of godhood, dinner party, the other way around, please continue, the skill on the battlefield, attention, the human chosen, really, all ways of combat, I was there better, please continue, Messenger Kareem, God Staff, the test of loyalty, very evasive, here we go, you're disrupting my train of thought, sorry. Well, anyway, we thought it was too good to be true. The Scummy Tavern, no test of loyalty, no hidden trap. Somehow this fool had actually managed to obtain the God Staff of Armadillo. Its power was incredible. You could almost feel the energies crackling around it in the air. So what happened then? Well, with such a weapon, the plans we had been developing for a rebellion against our lord could finally be put into action, but we knew we'd have to act swiftly before we heard that we had a weapon capable of defeating him. We'd have to act decisively, for even amongst our group there were still those loyal to the Lord, such as the pathetic fool Azanandra. So just who was this lord you speak of? And I tell thee again, I will say it when appropriate. Now do not disrupt my tale. Okay, carry on then. So anyway, Lord Zamorak and his most trusted compatriots, namely myself, Haziel, Draken, Thamaron, and Zamoragal, made plans to overthrow our lord using the god weapon and by pledging allegiance to Zamorak. As our master, we were each given a large piece of land as our own in return. We decided to move immediately, before anyone got cold feet or any other parties could interfere with our work. We made haste toward the castle where our lord lived. If Lucian had not been otherwise occupied, he would have probably accompanied us with his magics, but it turned out the foolish Dalek had made his involvement unnecessary with some spells of his own, allowing us to get close enough to the castle with the staff without the empty lord being able to sense his presence. So your lord was the one that cursed you. I'm coming to that. So anyway, we made our way to the castle under the pretense. Oh my god. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I wish I could skip to portions of this. This is hilarious. How you guys doing? You guys doing alright? I'm doing fantastic. This one is particularly long, and we keep getting interrupted. You're not feeling a sense of deja vu here? Like you've said this 2 or 3 times now? When what happened? Godhood. Okay, itchy nose, of course. Every time when I'm recording, I get an itchy nose. Alright. They're better. Please continue. God Staff of Armadillo. Loyalty test. Sorry. No hidden trap. God Staff. What happened then? Capable of blah blah blah. Azanandra. Okay, we're here-ish. Carry on then. Pledging allegiance to Zamorak. Land of the Return. Lord lived. Allowing us to get close enough without empty presence. So, your lord is the one that cursed you. I'm coming to that. So anyway, we made our way to the castle under the pretense that we had war plans against Saradomin and the other deities to discuss. As usual, our lord was guarded well, but this was why Zamorak had brought his most trusted fighters with him. While we were distracted, the empty lord, with our feints and attacks, he kept his bodyguards busy. Lord Zamorak outflanked him, unsheathed the staff, and plunged it into his back. It was a glorious sight. At that moment, I was reminded for whom I fought, and why General Zamorak had earned the nickname the Scourge upon the battlefield. The next thing you know, you were cursed? No, it was not quite that simple. The empty lord turned away from our battle, eyes burning with hatred, and towards Zamorak instead. Seeing this, we all fought with extra vigor, so that General Zamorak would not face our lord alone. But we were outnumbered by many hundreds of warriors and demons and could not reach to assist him. So what then? Well, it was the empty lord versus Zamorak in single combat. And the sight of battle will be with me forevermore. The empty lord was a powerful god, stronger than any of the others awake at the time, possibly even as strong as Guthix is. And Zamorak was but a mortal, a Majard warrior all the same, with all the strength and power that entails. But a mortal nonetheless. But to see him fight, he would not think of him as a mere anything. He was war itself. Flurry after flurry of blows, he rained upon the empty lord, and the very castle walls shook and quivered with their power. But the empty lord would not fall. Even with the weapon of a god embedded in his back, he fought on, and with each blow, victory seemed less and less certain. So what then? Well then, the miracle happened, or luck, or natural justice. You can call it what you want, but as the Empty Lord's hands wrapped tightly around Zamorak's throat, Lord Zamorak, kicking and screaming defiantly and the radiant in his anger until the very last, plunged toward the Empty Lord, who seemed to lose his footing slightly, and fell in such a way so the staff plunged deeper into his body, but also impaled Lord Zamorak with it at the same time. And then what? And then nothing. There was a flash of light, bright light, and a sudden blink of cold darkness, and it was over. Zamorak stood over the Empty Lord, who was slowly fading from existence. And as he faded, it almost seemed as though Zamorak became more real, more solid than he had before. As if the Empty Lord faded from this world completely, I heard his voice against a whisper upon the wind, cursing all who had helped Zamorak in his victory, which, as you now tell me, seems to have been all who were responsible for the staff leading up to Zamorak's hands at the castle. As I heard it, I saw that too was fading, just as the Empty Lord had, but I called to my brethren for their assistance, but they could no longer hear my words nor see my form. It was then that the other gods appeared and banished Zamorak from the world completely for daring to kill one of their kind. Although, as it turned out, it didn't quite work that way for them, when he returned stronger than ever, a god himself. But the God Wars are another story entirely. But I don't understand. If it was Zamorak who used the weapon, then why was it only you who were cursed? And the other people who were cursed, why them? Why not just the other Majority, for example? And who is this Empty Lord you keep speaking of? Well, in my life, it was nothing but a warrior who had no hidden knowledge. I didn't especially care about the gods or their magics, and I certainly didn't respect them. Now in my... I suppose this is my death, but I am a shade upon the wind, unnoticed by all who pass me. Until today, anyway, and the only answer I can give you is that the others who are with me, the Majorites, and the vampire, and the beings of magic, it runs through their very veins and ebbs through their bones. Who knows what the curse fell as it did? Perhaps, as a mere human, I was more susceptible to it, when they were not. Perhaps they too are cursed, but their lifespans are so long that it will be millennia before they feel it upon them. Perhaps it did not affect them. It extended backwards through time to the moment when the staff was taken from its rightful place, and all who had known of its theft were cursed too. Perhaps there are others who are cursed, who have played no part in this tale, and were merely unlucky enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I do not know. Things do not always happen for a reason, just as tales do not always end up with their loose ends easily tied up, and all answers supplied. I have only simply told you of the events as I witnessed to, for I can do no more. You have cheered me to the end to know that this curse has afflicted me, has not left me alone here, in this void between worlds. Perhaps I will hunt down these others who have also been cursed as I have, but I feel I must reward you for your efforts. Here, take my cloak. It is drenched in the blood of 1,000 foes and may bring you luck in battle. Yay! Oh, kudos. Cool. Awesome. And a lamp. So how can I break this curse? Who knows? It was the death of a curse of the Empty Lord. There may be no way to break it. It is not the death curse and is still alive, but on this world, the only way to break it may be to bring him back here. But I would rather stay cursed than suffer under his rule again. Who is the Empty Lord? What was his name? You do not know. You have not guessed yet. He was Zaros. Yep, I guessed that. I mean, this is the Curse of Zaros mini-quest. Alright. So, I now have all of the ghostly robes, which is fantastic. Ghostly robe. Actually, I think it's funny that there's two just called ghostly robe. It's surprising it's not ghostly robe top and ghostly robe bottom. Alright, so, why am I... Oh, that was weird. I don't know why I wasn't moving there for a second. What's going on? That's weird. Why was I not moving? Alright, but I wanna put these on, and then, like, take off my thing and show you guys how this functions. As far as I know, they don't really have any other uses other than just looking cool. Every so often you'll see somebody walking around with these on, just because it's kind of an interesting thing to have. Let's throw these on. And then I'm going to take off my cosmetic override so you guys can see this. Let's go here and erase, apply. There we go. So now I am partially invisible. How do you like that? It's really funny because like there's no transparency on my face or my weapons or anything else that I'm wearing. That's actually really funny. But yeah, you'll see people generally wearing these around just because it's interesting. It makes you semi-transparent. Yeah, but either way, that's about the time I've got for this episode. Like and subscribe if you like the episode, ring that bell if you'd like to see more. Good night, and we've got some more mini quests to do tomorrow. Bye-bye!